Hi, hello, how's it going? It's Elena and I live in the beautiful city of New York that constantly is just a mix of magic and trash in the air. And I have lived here for over 2 years now, which is a far cry from making me a local, but I have spent a lot of those 2 years trying to get to know New York as best as I possibly can. I've loved getting to know all the different boroughs and neighborhoods and all the different characteristics found in these different areas and what makes them unique and what they're known for. I feel like the questions I get asked the most on this channel in regards to New York are, how do you find an apartment? How do you decide which neighborhood to live in? How much does it cost to live in New York? So I'm bringing you guys a little series of sorts where I've convinced some friends in different neighborhoods throughout the different boroughs of New York to let me into their beautiful space and have them kind of give me a tour of their apartment, talk about how much rent they pay, talk about their neighborhood and why they like it and what it's known for, and talk about how they decorate. Obviously, keep in mind, because I already see the comment section popping off of people saying, oh my gosh, my rent is so much cheaper in like Ohio or Pennsylvania. Like, yes, it's going to be so much more expensive here, but there's vastly different access to opportunities. You don't just pay for your apartment and your physical space, you pay for the neighborhood you live in, you pay for the city, you pay for the culture and the experiences. Obviously, of course, making this as COVID safe as possible, making sure the friends that I do it with that were COVID negative. We are heading to Bushwick, Brooklyn to visit my friend Allison and her roommate Margaret's apartment. I feel like Bushwick is an incredibly unique neighborhood and I have quite a few friends who moved there out of college with their first jobs because it's a bit more affordable, and I will let them take it over from here.
Hi, welcome to Bushwick. So come on in. It's a 3-bedroom, 1 bath, and then we also have an outside feature, a little patio. I'm originally from Hawaii and my family now lives in San Diego.
And I'm from Seattle, Washington.
I work as a graphic designer, illustrator, and web designer.
And I work in the fashion PR world.
So we pay $31.50. I pay $10.50.
I pay $9.75.
And then our other roommate pays $11.25 because she has more space and she has a big closet. So this is our living room. And we have like a big open floor plan. So we have a lot of space that is kind of communal. Some things that we really love about it is this rug. It really puts the whole space together. I actually got it for free from my aunt. And this little table too, we wrapped some fun little string lights on it. It's a West Elm coffee table that we got for super cheap. A good tip for small spaces is always mounting your TV. It can come out and swing.
Did you mount that yourself?
No, we hired
someone.
Okay, smart, yeah. I've broken something.
We hired someone off TaskRabbit. This is Victoria. She was one of the first plants that we ever bought. She's one of the gals. Great. This is our mainly dining and kitchen area. This is another really fun space, and when we were a little younger, we've become a little bit of grandmas, but it used to be mostly alcohol and now it's
coffee.
Mostly coffee. So that's, you know, a fun little transition.
We got this thrifting and it kind of just extends the kitchen a little longer.
Our table is also really great for extending our kitchen space. If we're hosting dinner parties, we will oftentimes use it to cut up a bunch of stuff, to prep our meals. I love to cook. Both my parents were chefs in their early career, so we really like to cook up a bunch of stuff, and that space allows us to make really delicious meals for a lot of people. Another thing that's really awesome is this backsplash. It's a pretty new building, so there's a lot of really fun furnishings that they've put in here that just kind of open up the space and make it a little more funky. We also love this little standing rack. It holds all of our dishware. We can hide little candles in there and all of our plates, and it's just really accessible.
This happened really organically, this wall. It started with Le Pan poster,
Yes.
the bread, and then just a bunch of random kitschy things. Like, this is our old roommate, commemorated. She's not dead, she's just gone. Little pieces of artwork, little notes. Another fun thing about the kitchen is that it has a dishwasher.
Wow,
Yes,
that is
big
luxury.
move.
It's very small, but it's all we really need for 3 people. One of the things that we've found that's really great for small apartments is expanding the space through mirrors, especially really fun eclectic mirrors like this. Me and Margaret actually found these mirrors for $40 on Let Go, a little app, and we lugged them about 2 miles back to here and stuck them up with command strips. Welcome to my room. I've been obsessed with label making, so
We're cute.
I've been basically labeling everything. That's my last name. The really special thing that I love about this room is the amount of light that it gets, which has allowed me to have so many plants. And I really wanted to maximize that light. So I have been thrifting, I've been on the hunt for mirrors, have basically been designing these mirror walls to reflect all of the light that comes in. So I have a big mirror wall here. This is one of my favorite pieces that I found thrifting. I recently just designed this entire mirror wall. I have also recently been very obsessed with disco balls. That's another thing with the light and the reflections. I only have 7 of them. There's 2, I use them as throw pillows on my bed. I have a basket full of them here, a massive one on top, and most of these I found thrifting as well. So one thing I really love is all the plants. They really freshen the space up. They provide a lot of clean air, which is really nice in this city. This is also the M, and she goes right by our window. A lot of people think that it would be hard to live right by the tracks. Because we're in between 2 stops, it's never screeching or we never hear people around it. It just kind of gently passes by. Something that's really special about Bushwick is the artists that live around here, and then we met one, Night Mind, and he lives 9-minute walk down and was selling these really cool custom designed LED tubes. So at night it's really cool. They light up the whole space, but I like to keep them on all day and I'll change the color based on my mood. So I have 3 of those in the corner. And this is really the only clothing rack that I have, and I'm really obsessed with organization and color coding. I'm a graphic designer, so it really presents itself in stuff like this. I'm very anal about how things are organized and information is seen. So this has all of my clothes and all of my shoes, but then I keep a lot of stuff under my bed. A definitely pro tip for living in small spaces, utilizing every inch that you have. This is our favorite part and definitely a rarity in New York. A lot of times our friends in the city don't have as much space, so coming out to Brooklyn and being able to breathe outside has been so nice, and it really allows us to bring people together.
We had a dinner party here last week.
Yeah.
I should have taken photos. It was lovely. This is shared, right? So this is your neighbors, and then this is your guys'.
Our neighbor lives here. It's just a single bedroom, and she tends to all of her plants.
Little plants, cute.
She gives us goodies. She's given us blondies. She made an amazing cherry pie.
So this is our roommate's room. She's actually my best friend from high school.
And she has a little dog that we just got, Kit. She's 6 pounds. So she's a quarantine puppy. She's fun.
Yeah.
She's 6 months old.
Hey, welcome to my room. I am a maximalist and I have way too much clothing, which is off strategy when you don't have a closet. But this is my closet. I have all my shoes down here, extra stuff, my cameras. This I love, it's my desk, and then it has a little vanity, which is great, so I can do all my makeup and like make it look tidy when I need to. I love my bed, and it's high enough where I can put all of my extra clothing, all my suitcases of my summer clothes. These are kind of like my favorite paintings. That's a Sarah Blah Blah print that I love. I just think it's kitschy and funny. So I love my dresser, actually. I built it from IKEA. I'm very proud of myself for that one. Shockingly stores my bass guitar. One thing for small rooms that is great is having beds that are high enough to put stuff under. I would not be able to have put everything away if I didn't have all of my winter stuff under my bed at this moment.
We live in an apartment that actually has a gym, a communal rec room, and a communal rooftop. This is our gym.
Really nice.
A little pan of that.
That's a fun view from the treadmills too of the city skyline.
Oh my gosh!
I love it.
New York.
Recently been getting into poker a lot.
Ooh.
So we'll have poker nights.
Then that's a ping pong and pool table, which is so fun. I'm waiting until you see this though.
Almost an entire New York City skyline, and we have some beautiful churches behind us, and there's a bit of a community garden up here.
This is what the 5th floor, and it's taller than most of the
Yeah,
buildings
that's a
around it.
really
Yeah.
good point. Just
So
how much shorter.
It's low.
Brooklyn.
Yeah, it doesn't feel as like claustrophobic because there's just more sky.
Right.
Paying $1,000 for an apartment for unlimited access to such an iconic city, you can't put a price tag on that. And we're both in the creative sphere. It's really the mecca for creatives, and the amount of creatives that we've met and the friends that we've made, it's already paid itself off. A lot of times we will find an item that we like wholesale and try and look it up on these thrifting apps. People will just leave stuff that they don't want on the street, whether it be desks, glasses, rugs, lamps, anything that you can imagine. We've been able to find a lot of knickknacks thrifting and just simply off the street. Fun thing about Bushwick is it's still pretty affordable, and it attracts a lot of creatives. There's a lot of graffiti, a lot of street art, a lot of studio spaces. Designers and artists and painters and work in and around Bushwick, and there's a lot of mix of cultures. There's a lot of boutique mom and pop shops and grocery stores and plant stores. It's really nice to be able to shop locally and know the owner of a shop and be able to like support them in the way that you can.
Everyone's on the street too, and so it'll be like full families having like dinner,
Like barbecues on
full
the
barbecue
sidewalk.
on the sidewalk. You get to see all these new people, get all these different experiences.
There's a lot more families, so it feels a little more deeply rooted than some of the other parts of Manhattan.
What's nice about living in New York is the accessibility. Everything's at your fingertips, and everything is still at your fingertips in Bushwick.
Definitely.
It's super easy to get in and out of the city too. I worked in the city. You're going over the water. It's a beautiful commute.
True.
It's
It's a beautiful train ride over.
It is so
Also, the
nice.
city means Manhattan.
30 minutes to get into the city, which isn't that much for the price that we pay. So
Yeah.
Bushwick is far enough that it lets us breathe, but close enough that it really takes us 30 minutes and under to get into the city.
6 subway stops.
It's just a really fun, kind of quirky, mixed neighborhood.
It's a wrap!